Hey guys, how are you this evening? So I thought I'd give you a little bit of FaceTime today, just to get on camera. I haven't been on in a few weeks, and so I've got the tripod in my hand, and I am going to show you a tutorial today. So today is going to be a multiple part tutorial. I think it's going to be 2 or 3 parts. I'm actually starting the bracelet, and I'm designing it as we go. So today I'm going to show you how to use superduos and only superduo beads to do right angle weave stitch. So you'll be learning a different way of doing right angle weave stitch, and I will also be showing you how to make a bracelet. Hi Kathy, how are you? So I don't know if you heard me or missed a couple, the first few seconds of this. I am going to teach you how to do right angle weave using just superduo beads. So we're going to do right angle with a 2-hole bead. And this is going to be a full actual tutorial where I show you how to make a bracelet. But it's going to be done in 2 parts. So I'm going to show you how to do part of it today. And I'll get to the point where all you're going to be doing is the same steps over and over again. And then I will show you the next set of steps tomorrow. So I think you guys will really enjoy this. It's a little bit different than what I've been doing. And well, let's see how it goes. I'm designing as we go, so this should be interesting, and it's all going to be live. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera around to my bead mat here now. All right, so I've got some superduos, and this particular superduo is, the color is called Bordeaux. And I've got, the thread that I'm using is 0.006 black wildfire thread, and I'm using a size 12 beading needle. And so I've already got my thread and needle set, and what I'm going to do is bring my beads to the tail end. So I'm just going to the tail end, and I actually have a good amount of thread here, so it's about an arm span of thread for me. So, and I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot to make our little circle, just like that. So, and this is just your square knot. I do these in a lot of my videos if you follow along. So there we are. And you just want to, what I'm going to do is go through the beads one more time just to give them a little more reinforcement. So, was today just the coldest day ever? Was it as cold for you guys in the Chicago area, Kathy? Because today was, I think, when I went off to work this morning, it was like 0 degrees. I had to wait in my car until it got warmed up. Okay, so once you've gone all the way around, which is what I've done here, what you're going to do is you pick a bead. It doesn't matter which one of the beads you pick, but you pick one to come out of. And you're actually going to go and switch into the other hole of this particular bead. Like so. So all I've done is switch this around there, or switched into the hole. And then you pick up 3 superduos. And you go around, and this is now your second unit. So one of the superduos is shared by the unit, and you actually need to do a reinforcement on this. So unless you're using maybe like a thicker fire line, so you can use a fire line with this, but you want to go around one more time through it. So it's much more stable when you do this too. And then because I am building in this direction, I want to come out of this bead and be in position to add more beads. So I'm going to make it over there to that side. And then I'm going to do what I did here. I'm going to go into the next hole of this Superduo, just like that. So make sure you guys can see that. And then you're going to pick up 3 more. And so this is essentially what the stitch is. You're just picking up, I mean, it's basically the same as, you know, right angle weave, but there's this extra step of having to switch into the other hole. So, and I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this really quick. So that's what I got. And then I am going to continue on. So what I'm actually going to do is make this 3 units wide. So, and then I want to build the bracelet further and to lengthen it. So I'm actually going to come out of this bead now because I'm going to go ahead and start adding beads in this direction. And so I'm going to come here, turn the work, and then I'm going to switch holes here. This time I will pick up 2, or 3, sorry, not 2, 3 beads again. And I'm going to go around this bead now. And I'm going to go ahead and reinforce what I've added. So let me just turn that over so I can just quickly reinforce around the beads. This is an additional step. You do not have to do this. I'm doing this because the beads are kind of moving in all sorts of directions and it just gives it a more, it's a little bit sturdier. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to continue building in this way, and I'm actually going to turn it this way, easier for me to work. And so you want to go into this bead here, which is the bead I want to come out of. If I go off camera, please let me know. So I'm trying to make sure I'm staying on camera, but sometimes I get in paying attention to the beads, I'm not noticing. I'm going to go ahead and switch into the other hole here. And then you continue into this one over here. And then you pick up only 2 this time, because you need 4 of the Superduos to finish a unit, so we only need 2. Hi, Norma. And let me put this down so you guys can see what I've added so far. And once I get this last unit in place, this will look a lot better. It looks a little messy there. So I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this like I've been doing. I'm going to go through the beads again. And I'm back here. I have to switch into the other hole here now. And I'm going to go ahead and continue through to the Superduo in this bottom unit. Just like that. And then you pick up 2 and you go through And you can actually continue through this one too. And that's how you do raw right angle weave with Superduo beads. And so I just showed you how to do a single row and also to do the double row. So I'm going to continue up and I'll show you how to do another row. And then so for tonight, if you guys are following along with me, because I would recommend, this might be fun if you guys pulled out some of Superduos and joined me on this. And to pull out your Superduos, and your homework will be to watch the video again if you need to and build up a bracelet. And then in tomorrow's live video at 9 o'clock, I will show you the next steps to create our bracelet here. So we're gonna create together. So the next two, maybe the next live tomorrow and maybe the one on Thursday, depending on how far we get, will be about making this bracelet together. Unfortunately, I don't have this already designed, so I can't tell you how many Superduos and how much all the materials you're going to need. So that's the only thing. I'm designing as we go. All right, so I've reinforced, and now because I want to build into my next third row here, what I'm going to actually do is instead of coming out of this bead that we normally been doing, I need to come out of this one here to get the next row started. So I'm going to continue over. And then go into the upper hole of this bead. So it looks like there's about 8 people watching. So I'd love it if you ladies would, or I'm assuming it's ladies, would say hello. Let me know who's watching. How are you guys doing this evening? And so I just flipped it to the other side. And so for the first unit, you're going to need 3 beads. So you pick up 3, you go around, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and reinforce again. And this time we're going to work from this bead. Hi, Angel. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for watching. Okay, so the one thing you're going to notice this time is that I'm going in the clockwise direction. In this last row that I did, I was actually moving in the counterclockwise direction. So I'm coming out of this bead, and now I actually have to switch up into this hole here in this direction. Before, I was actually coming through this direction, and then I was able to go into this bead. So we are in a different direction. So there's going to be a slight difference in how you do it. And this is going to happen every other row. So basically, you're going to be alternating this type of rotation from row to row. So this time, you're going to pick up the 2 beads first, go into this bead, and then come back and connect up into this one this way. So, I hope you guys are following that and able to see this clearly. And I'm going to reinforce. And then I need to come out of this bead. So I'm going to continue through. And then you want to go up. For a second there, I thought I forgot to check the hole and I thought it was clogged. I was like, oh no, I've done do it all. Anyway, so now this time you're going to pick up the 2, go into this one down here first, and then connect back with this one. Yeah, I actually have a design in my head already planned out, but you can add seed beads. I realize that the thread is showing, but I actually have something sort of planned for this. So I didn't add the seed beads because I have a different design plan, basically. Anyway, go ahead and reinforce. Okay, so time to start a new row. And so you want to be coming out of this bead, and I'm going to switch holes. And I'm just going to flip because it's easier for me to work this way. And again, I'm going to go through this hole, or this row, and then I'll let you guys, then we'll pick it up tomorrow because I'm going to go ahead and just keep building out, and you guys don't need to watch me do that over and over again. So go around this bead with your 3 superduos, just like that. Yeah, earlier today I was, just before I started the live, I was watching, there's this guy who does, he works with clay, and he's using those wheels that you spin. I forgot the word for it. Is it throwing down or something? I'm not quite sure. I don't do ceramics. But it was just really soothing to just sit there and watch him as he's just spinning out pottery on his wheel. And he's playing music. He's not saying anything. He's just sitting there spinning. It was really interesting. But 8,000 people were watching him. I was like, that'd be nice if I can get 8,000 people to watch me bead. Anyway, so I've made it all the way around, and I'm going to come out of this bead here. And I'm going to turn my work back in this direction. So this time I can switch to this hole. And you can see this time around I am going in the counterclockwise direction with adding beads. So I can first go through this and then add my 2 beads. Whereas in the last row I had to pick up the 2 beads first. And then we're going to reinforce like I've showed. And then again, switch into this other hole and into the Superduo from the previous hole, and then we pick up our 2 beads. Thank you. Yep, I will do embellishing probably tomorrow. You know, I do wax my Fireline. If I was using Fireline, I don't typically wax the Wildfire. I find that the Wildfire doesn't damage the way Fireline does when you are working with it. So that's one of the reasons I condition the Fireline. It's basically, I feel like it just damages so easily. Go through the beads once, and if you have to undo your work, Fireline's already kind of misshapen. Okay, so here we are, And so I've shown that to you a few times, so I hope you guys get the gist of how to go about doing right angle weave with Superduos. It's actually pretty, it comes out looking really nice, I think. So in this situation, I do have quite a bit of the thread showing, but I am going to embellish it, and you guys will see in the next live, which is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central, you'll see what I do next for this bracelet. But if you wanted to change this up a little bit and you didn't like this design, or you didn't want to embellish anymore, then yeah, go ahead and put some 11 O's or 15 O's in between the Superduos as you work, and you'll get, that's a perfectly nice bracelet, and you don't need to do anything further with it. So I am going to say goodnight. So I hope you guys will join me, because I would love to see you do this with me and then post pictures of the different things that you did. But I will see you tomorrow night. Have a good evening, ladies. Good night. You're welcome, Barbara. Good night, Norma. And tomorrow.